Before coming to Germany, we mostly thought about sausages and schnitzel, but we quickly learned that German food is much more diverse than we expected. Each region has its own specialties. In Baden-Württemberg, we discovered dishes like Maultaschen and Spätzle. The one thing that truly seems to connect the whole country is its delicious beer.
We arrived in Stuttgart almost at midnight on a Saturday, tired and hungry, but luckily we found a traditional German restaurant that was still open, and it seemed like we were the last order they took before the kitchen closed. Looking through the menu, we saw a lot of different options, but for our first meal we decided to go with something classic. We ordered 2 schnitzels. One was the Wiener Schnitzel, made with breaded veal chops and served with potato salad or Brauhaus French fries, plus cranberries on the side. The second one was the Das Große Brauhaus Schnitzel, a large breaded pork chop served with Brauhaus French fries. And I choose the Maultaschen, a Swabian-style pasta filled with ricotta and spinach. To complete the meal, we had delicious 1-liter Dinkel beers and a glass of German Riesling wine. The food was incredible, and it was the perfect way to start our trip through Stuttgart and Karlsruhe with authentic German cuisine.
After that first meal in Stuttgart, we wanted to keep exploring the traditional German dishes people usually think before coming here. For that, Paulaner am Alten Postplatz feel like the perfect place, since it's one of the most well-known restaurants in Stuttgart for traditional food. There we tried Fledle Suppe, Hausgemachte Maultaschen, Schwabenteller, and Nürnberger Bratwürste.
First of all, I need to try my Jager Schnitzel. That doesn't look like a schnitzel, but it's pork with mushrooms in a cream. Looks very delicious, and it tastes very delicious. Has like a little bit of paprika and like another thing. Another spices, but paprika a lot, and the mushrooms and the sauce is super delicious.
Wanna try?
What did you order?
It's like a huge dumpling, or it's made with pasta, and inside there is meat and spinach.
That's good. The sauce is good, it's like barbecue sauce. Kind of.
I don't know if this one is like a black bear sauce.
Black bear sauce.
And this soup, let's see. It's a bone broth soup with slices of pancake. So it tastes like soup and pancakes?
No, it doesn't taste like pancakes.
Yes.
No.
It's pancake.
It's pasta. The name was saying that it was pancake, but not American pancake.
No, it's not American pancakes. But the whole world doesn't eat American pancakes. It's slim pancakes.
And since this adventure was not only about Stuttgart, we also want to show you some of the food that we tried in Karlsruhe, a video that is coming soon. While we were there, we go to try another of the German signature dishes, Knusperhaxe. The restaurant was called Volker Brau, a place well known in the city for making its own craft beer, something that has made it popular with both locals and visitors. We especially loved its backyard patio, which had a very traditional German atmosphere and made the experience even more enjoyable. I ordered the Nussperhaxe, served with a beer sauce and homemade Semmelknödel. The pork was beautiful crispy on the outside while still tender and juicy in the inside. I was not a big fan of the dumplings, but the flavor of the pork alone made it work every euro. Tony ordered a Melzer Schnitzel, a pork schnitzel breaded with a bread with malt, served with a beer sauce and homemade potato salad, as we continue exploring the many different versions of schnitzel. Jonah ordered a panini. Why? We honestly don't remember, but it was still very tasty. And of course, because beer is one of the highlights of this restaurant, we also tried the Vogel Sommer, a very aromatic beer, somewhat similar to an amber ale, but with a distinctive German touch that it made it very delicious.
In this video, we also wanted to make space for food beyond the traditional German cuisine, because there is so much more to explore than just the classic dishes. So while we were in Stuttgart, we visited a steakhouse called Trollinger. Even though it was not a traditional German restaurant, it still felt like it had that same vibe and quality that we had come to expect from the food in Germany. There we tried the Schlemmerkartoffeln, a Mexican-style potato filled with guacamole, fried beef, and jalapenos. It was not as spicy as we expected, but the flavor was easily a 10 out of 10. We also ordered the Züricher Geschnetzeltes, an original Zurich-style ragout, served with homemade potato rösti in a creamy homemade sauce. This was another 10 out of 10. The sauce with the meat was absolutely delicious. Tony went for a classic hamburger. He said it tasted good, but nothing compared to the other dishes. It was nothing too memorable. And once again, we had to pair the meal with beer. We ordered a Dinkel and a Wulle beer Hell, which seemed to be especially popular with the locals, since we saw people drinking it in several different places. And, of course, a glass of Riesling.
We could not end this video without talking about the German bakeries. And of course, the best place to start is with the pretzel, one of the most iconic breads in Germany. If you have never tried one, you might be wondering what makes it so special. What makes it different is that unlike most bread people usually expect, it is salty. Yes, salty. We also tried the Apfeltaschen, a pastry filled with caramelized apple pieces, almost like a German-style apple pie. Then we had the Franzbrötchen, a sweet pastry that reminds us a lot the Kanelbullar, which is very traditional in Sweden. And finally we tried the Quackbällchen, small sweet fried dough balls made with a soft fresh cheese. We will honestly recommend all of them. They are delicious and work perfectly as a quick breakfast with a coffee or as a little treat between the many great meals you can have in Germany. We know there are still so much more for us to try, especially when it comes for desserts, sweet treats, and even more traditional German dishes. But that only gives us more reasons to come back, because with every new region, we are sure that we will discover even more amazing flavors from the German cuisine. We really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have not seen our previous Stuttgart video yet, make sure that you check it out. And stay tuned because there are still so much more coming from this trip. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in our next video.
Bye bye!